So here I am. It's the day after I crashed the car. I have the family all dropped off at our new campground. I'm in the truck. Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen or what I'm going to do, but I got to figure something out. So let's go. We woke up this morning, we spent the night at the track, and then we headed down to where... Oh, thank you, navigation. And we headed down to where we're staying, which is like 1,000 trails. It's kind of like a membership thing for like places like campgrounds. So anyway, we parked there. It is in like southern Massachusetts, and I am now on the way to where my car is, which is somewhere in Connecticut. I don't remember the name of the town. And we're gonna take a look at it. Guy's got a whole shop apparently, and hopefully we can get up underneath the car and see what it needs. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Part of me thinks maybe it's not so bad, because the front didn't look too bad. It did like break the coilover in half. I'm assuming probably bent the control arm. But like the front radiator mount and all that kind of stuff, the strut tower looked okay. But I mean, that's just a glance on the side of the track. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. The back, like I said, is just completely destroyed. I'm very attached to that car. I've had it for 6 years. Yes, 6 years. I bought it super cheap for like 2,800 bucks for a running M3, and mostly running M3. It was just in terrible shape. And yeah, man, it's just been a long way. I mean, it was just, I don't know how many events I've done in that thing. I did track days, I did time attack, then I did track and drifting, and now obviously I'm only drifting, and the thing's been through a lot, and I feel bad for the thing that I've done to it. It's a part of it. It's a part of like motorsports in general. It is bound to happen, but you know, we'll see. And yeah, man. So anyway, I'm attached to her. Hopefully I can keep that chassis, but if I can't, I can't. It is what it is. All right. Look at this thing I've done. So coilover should be attached, right? Ideally, the coilover is attached. Yeah, it's not snapped in half.
It would drive.
It would drive. It would roll.
It would roll.
It would go forward. Yo! Ouch! I'm so sore. So frame bent here.
Yeah, subframe kinked.
Subframe kinks.
Motor mount broken.
Both of them
Yep.
broken. It's like substantially broken.
Oh yes. That's what we call severed.
Yeah, it's like completely severed.
And the training mount severed.
Yeah, training mount. This was like, this other mount was just laying on the ground.
Yeah.
And somebody handed it to me, so that's super broken. Back of the car, not terrible. What was bent? Oh, the spring perch was bent, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, spring perch is bent. Subframe seems okay though, besides that. So, which is not terrible considering how bad that is. Dude, again. Pulled that battery out of there on a whim.
Yeah.
And put it up front. I'm so happy I did that. Look at that.
Thought it exploded.
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm not terribly sure what happened, but I feel like an exploding battery is always a bad thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And obviously broke a wheel, but that's the least of my worries.
Alright, the broken wheel's outside.
Yeah. So that's it. The car is dead.
Car's dead.
My poor sweet car. Been had a long and arduous journey, but now it's over. Maybe we'll find another car.
Hope so.
That is still the most dramatic.
I think I might even still have the one right.
I did not feel like that big of a hit, but apparently it was. Look at this. No, Orion is here. Orion is the kindest person on the planet, helping me do this. Car's in his shop. We'll figure something out. I'm gonna try and find a chassis, hopefully a cage rolling shell, and move on my way. Hopefully with most of the stuff that's in this car and another car. So, I don't know. Let's fix it. So it's been a crazy couple of days. I started with crashing my car, as you saw earlier, and man, I was pretty bummed about it. I never really thought I was that attached to the thing, but because it's just like an expendable, not expendable, but I view it as like a tool to do what I really enjoy doing, which is driving. But man, when I crashed the thing, I felt like my dog had died or something. But so anyway, I started this whole process of trying to find another shell or maybe another car that was already running, and to get back out on the road. And I put up on Facebook and all this kind of stuff. Dude, drifting is incredible because I got so many people who were trying to find me a chassis. It was awesome. I had never met most of these people, or maybe I had like just met them up at that Nedco event, and I was just getting like messages all day long from people trying to help me out and find me a chassis. But it ends up that I found one, and it was right in front of me the whole time. So it was, in time, the cost of me like reshelling and stuff like that and moving everything over, in the time, I'm pretty limited on time. So today I'm speaking to you on a Friday, and I need to have car done, which includes a roll cage ideally, and in that trailer by Friday next week, so 1 week from today. And what happened was Orion, who took my car and was helping me out with it, sold me his car, his beloved E36 I was driving with that whole time on the weekend. It's an awesome car. You know, it's got typical, you know, drift car, little bumps and scars and such. But yeah, I mean, it has all the stuff done to an E36 that you want. You know, reinforced subframe, new subframe bushings. I'm gonna swap my diff over, so I'm gonna move a few things over. So I'm gonna put I have an SLR like super kit on mine, so I'm gonna move the SLR over to his car. I have a like a built LSD in my car. I'm gonna move that over to his car, and then probably just my seats. And he has a buddy who builds cages, who's gonna hook it up, Norway Nils, and we're just gonna get the interior out of the car Sunday. I'm thinking about maybe driving tomorrow at Lock City. But either way, we will get the interior out of the car on Sunday so that he can start on the cage, get the cage in the car. And I am gonna put back some of the interior because, as you've probably seen in the past on my car, please hold, I didn't really have any interior at all. And by not really, I had none. So as you can tell, completely stripped shell. I mean, it's light, which is good, but I built it as a like track only / time attack car, and I just took everything out of it because I was trying to get in like a certain power to weight ratio, which I did. But it's just like, it sucks to drive around on the road. It's so freaking loud. And I mean, like Lexan windows that are just kind of cut to the shape, and that's not ideal. So I'm actually going to keep on this car, I guess it doesn't matter, both mine, the interior. So I'm gonna have to pull all this stuff out of here to be able to get the cage in. And then I'm gonna leave the rear gutted. It's not gutted now, but I'm gonna start pulling stuff out of there. I'm gonna leave the rear gutted, but I am going to try and put most of this stuff back, just because I am gonna have to street drive it sometimes, and it's gonna make my life a lot nicer to have like AC and heat and defrosters and working windows, which is crazy. This is an inline handbrake right here. I've driven inline handbrakes before. Mine is dual caliper. I'm gonna drive it for a little bit and see if I like it. The only difference really is you can't use the handbrake and your foot brake at the same time, which I don't do often, but I do sometimes if I'm really trying to slow down. So basically I'm just used to not having to worry about it. So we'll see if it's annoying. I'm not a huge fan of the location way over there. Hang on, let me just like get in it for a second before it gets completely dark around here. So I'm not a huge fan of the location right there, but maybe I'll get used to it. It feels like a reach. I'm used to it right here, right by the steering wheel, which I think I prefer. But I mean, for simplicity's sake, I'm gonna drive it with it over here and just see if I get used to it. If I don't care, it's not that big of a deal, and I don't mind the inline. Sorry, that was a bug. I probably might just sell the dual caliper. I'm gonna take it with me. I might just sell the Sicky dual caliper setup somewhere along the road and try and recoup a little bit of this. But all in all, things worked out pretty well. Oh, this also has an S52, so same engine. It's been refreshed, has an oil pan baffle, M50 intake manifold, which is like the thing you want to do, tune, all that kind of stuff. So on paper, this is a solid car, and he was kind of attached to this car, so that was really cool of him to sell it to me. But here we go, man. So we're gonna have a week of relatively hectic work, trying to get all this stuff out of here, move my stuff over, and it be gone for a couple days to get the cage in. But I think we can do it, and we're gonna stay on schedule. So I'm pretty pumped about everything. And yay, drifting. What an awesome community of people. And I'm so excited that I am getting to experience it all over. Bugs in my eyes again. I'm getting to experience it all over the country, and everybody's just so awesome. So here we go. Look at that. You did a good job. It did a good job.